Very interesting. Today is Saturday. You would think, even bigger queues. No, I got in immediately. I was curious. I tested it out like early this morning at like 8 a.m. Immediately got in. Okay, well it's 8 a.m. I tried it again at 10. Immediately got in. Okay, that's a little weird. I tried it an hour ago, just in case there was a longer queue. Immediately got in. Okay. And then I tried it a half hour ago because I didn't want to give it too much time, and immediately got in again. So interesting. Saturday, just immediately getting in. But here we are, day 2 of the Diablo 2 beta. Today we are trying out the Necromancer. Of course, yesterday my main goal was getting the character to 20, which took the 2 streams to do, but we got it done. Today, we're definitely going to be experimenting with skills because the Necromancer, we'll talk about it, has multiple ways to play, multiple skills to test. I do have 2 different builds in mind, but unlike the rogue where I had one I thought it'd be really cool and it turned out to be great. These are 2 builds I want to try, but there's so much maneuverability with the other skills that it's going to be a lot of experimenting. And interestingly enough, we'll look at the skill tree, but I don't need to go down that far in the skill trees. The last 2 or so skill trees I think I'm not even really using, which is very, very interesting. And we know we're not going to get our ultimate, because we couldn't even get the ultimate on the rogue yesterday. So it shouldn't take all too long to get all the skills we need, especially because I am going to be, technically speed running it, but of course it's going to be a noob speed run. We're going to be skipping the cutscenes since we saw them yesterday. Not really doing any kind of random dialogue, which we kind of stopped yesterday anyway. So we'll be moving a lot faster, but we also don't even need to get as far, so we'll really be able to experiment. And that all starts with actually being able to check out the character creators. Let's check that out right here. Necromancer. Oh, you have a shield. Interesting. When I do a sorcerer, I do a female. Check out male for now. Alright, let's see. Oh my god. I mean, that kind of works pretty fucking well. But now, again, we get to actually check this out. Face variations. Alright. Sure. Skin tones. Obviously. Oh, they're like patches of shit. Give them credit for actual realistic skin tones. Hell yeah. Realistic. Oh my god. There's even like spots and shit. Oh, this is actually part of the skin tone. Oh, this is whatever that is called. Yeah. Then we'll get the rest of them. Alright, cool. Yeah, we'll go with this. Fuck it. Eye color. Crystal? Can't do it anymore. You can see the difference. Alright. Again, give them credit for having actual eye color that, looks good. This actually looks all real good. Even though you don't really see your character ever. There are definitely, third-person RPGs, AAA, that have the same shitty eye colors and terrible skin tones and plastic looks, and this is a fucking ARPG, and they went all out for just this model, which I guess is easier to do because you're not really rendering it anywhere else, but still. Although the colors here are weird, this is not dark brown. Clearly the colors aren't really correct in this specific menu. The eye colors are actually correct. I'm gonna go crystal, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Again, I was being tricked by the colors that they're showing here. I mean, obviously I like the red, but I think that teal actually really fucking pops so much more. You can show armor. Okay. Hairstyle. I don't like it, but we'll just look at it. Alright. Can't really zoom out. Doesn't show the top that much. It does. I don't like you can't see the. Can I move? No, I can't move. And zooming out doesn't really show the top. Alright, obviously only 11 hairstyles, not too much to go with here. This works, but I was kind of feeling the bald one, honestly. Facial hair. We gotta have facial hair. Wait, is that eyebrows? Eyebrows are considered facial hair? That's weird. That's something they should change. They need to have eyebrows being different than facial hair. 100% they need that. And the facial hair looks terrible. So I can praise them and I can criticize them. The hair is absolutely... The facial hair and eyebrows are garbage. The actual hair is fine. There's not many options. Look at how terrible this looks. Now, it could be my graphics. Obviously, we did turn our graphics down to medium just for the sake of not having time to test them. But this looks horrendous. Oh my god. I was really hoping to have facial hair, but never mind. They don't even have the kind I would want. I was hoping for, like, you know, the fucking pointy beard. They definitely need to work on the look of the facial hair and the eyebrows, separating the facial hair and eyebrows. I would say, you know, hopefully getting different hairs and shit. Do I just go with this, even though it looks shitty? It's because we never see her character. God, I'm gonna feel so bad, but like... I'm gonna do it. Oh god, we have to roleplay and pretend it doesn't look like fucking shit. It was spray painted on. And it might be the graphics, as in like me turning them down. Red fire. Okay, so I can't even see the color change. Just do it here. Oh wow. The color is barely... Well, okay. It's these ones that barely changed. It's not much. The other ones do change. Okay. This thing goes for black, but I'm just curious what some of them look like. Let's keep it dark brown. Alright. Accessories. We got makeup. Give them each their due. I did like the one it started with. That looks nice. Definitely barbarian. So 5 or 9? This one doesn't have lipstick. Don't really care about, just noticing it. There's markings. Let me see what markings are. Oh, okay. Do that. Turn that off first and see the markings. That could make a difference. And see this one. I have no idea where that is. Okay. Oh, maybe... Oh, it's there, which is covered up. Good options here. Huh. Mm-hmm. I can combine that with either of these. Maybe that one combined with something. Like, if I'm doing something like that, I wouldn't have the eyes. I'm doing those eye ones. I would want something only on the forehead. Like that. Very basic. And I think with the eyes, like at least that one works with the eyes. That one actually still works with the rest of them too. You know what? We're gonna do that. Fuck it. Inked. So this is not just colors. It's actually like. Oh, it is colors. Okay. Just they were named kind of interesting. Like fresh blood. Or henna. With fresh blood. Yeah. Alright. Oh, jewelry? Five. I like 6 a little bit better. Hmm. Five, 6, 12. Alright. 5. 6, select a mismatch. 12. I kind of like just the nose ring or something, I guess. Nose ring and maybe 1 earring. Again, it'd be cool if you can individually say ear left, ear right, nose. That's just a nose ring. Are any that are just nose rings that stand out? Because I wasn't looking at first I was just looking at the ears. I feel kind of like if there's like a bone one that goes straight through, which they don't have. No. Alright, fuck it. I don't like it, but again, who cares? I like the other nose ring better. I like these earrings better. Screw it. There you go. There's our guy. Again, sticking with the really awesome naming. RJB Necro. Sure. Again, a veteran. Accept. Okay.
Sanctuary was never meant for humankind.
I should find better shelter before I freeze.
Alright. So. Well, as we take the points, we'll talk about it. First of all, my own builds really use up until this tree. So, what? 6 skill points spent. That means up to level 7, and then the skill points into these. So really, maybe by level 10, that's all I really would want to get to. Now, of course, we're speedrunning. Again, noob speedrun. So we should get there pretty easily. I think we got to 12 last time. In the same amount of time we weren't speedrunning, but still. Because I wasn't really using anything from this. These are 2 like curses, which I could check out. And here are more passive things that increase depending on the skills you take here. So we're not going to go over that. Again, we'll go over the skills as we take them. But generally, I had 2 builds planned out. One of them is just straight up all around spamming Corpse Explosion. Because there's a ton of passives as well as other skill modifiers that give you corpses just constantly for doing anything. You get tons and tons of corpses. You get extra damage for the corpses. So there's so many passives and modifiers that are built specifically around Corpse Explosion. So that is like build 1, is just straight up spamming Corpse Explosion. Build 2 is the one that I'm, thinking about first. And that is still using Corpse Explosion. It's just using it more so as like a nuke option, as a really good major damage dealer, but using a different skill as our main skill. So remaining 1 skill and then nuking with Corpse Explosion. And for me, I wanted to use Bone Spear as the main skill. Again, we'll talk about all that when we take it. But the thing is, like, all these skills seem very interesting. So again, unlike the Rogue, I am really going to be testing out pretty much every skill of all the trees we take, just to see how they go. So for now, in terms of the build I'm making, my basic attack was going to be Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage, obviously, other than dealing damage, has a chance to drop a Blood Orb. Now, through the passive upgrades, the Blood Orb, well, first of all, naturally, Blood Orbs will heal you. So 20% chance of my basic attack healing me. The passive makes it so when you pick up the Blood Orb, well, it also damages the enemies and gives you Essence. So now the Blood Orb heals you, gives you Essence, and damages enemies. But that's not all, because the next passive also makes the Blood Orb give you essentially a shield. So, the Blood Orb from the basic attack would heal you, give you Essence, give you a shield, and damage the enemy. So that kinda is my current plan for this. I can't remember. I think there's like another skill that also enhances Blood Orbs or something. But either way, my current idea where I'm doing Hemorrhage, Bone Spear, and Corpse Explosion is basically using my basic attack to make me like invulnerable. You know, I'm always healing, I always have a shield. Dealing damage with Bone Spear, and then nuking people with Corpse Explosion. That's the current plan, but again, we're going to test out all of this shit. So step 1, we'll just go ahead and take Hemorrhage. Bam. Okay. So again, just a basic attack that has a 20% chance to give me a Blood Orb. Blood Orbs heal you for 15% of your health, which is a pretty fucking big number. Of course, it's 1 in 5 attacks, but still, pretty big. Okay. What is this? Raise skeleton. Wow, we get raise skeleton right off the bat. Raise a skeleton from a corpse to fight for you. Once all your skeletons have been summoned, raise skeleton briefly summons a skeletal priest to empower your minions for 5 seconds, increasing damage for 20% and healing them for 10%. Okay. So Skirmisher Warriors. Sword-wielding skeleton minions that deal 30% increased damage but have 15% reduced life. How do I get this? So I can't... Well, I gotta unlock these, I guess. But also, where is this? It's not here. So I don't even know where that is to get it. Oh, Scythe is a one-hand. Okay. Scythe and shield. Alright, we'll find out. Alright. Let's go. So we know getting events done is the quickest way to level. Wait, is this a ranged attack? What? It looked like he was just doing that at range. It is. Interesting. Oh, no, that's Hemorrhage. Duh. It's not on the basic attack. It's using Hemorrhage. And there's a Blood Orb, I guess? And that's a corpse. I'll have to decide how much exploring I want to do, because obviously I hate the idea of missing out on chests, but I mean, we should be getting them just organically, getting shit done anyways. I haven't seen any Blood Orbs yet. There you go, there's one. Okay, now we're getting a bunch. Alright. Sanguine sated. I was watching the stream over yesterday, and apparently something interesting was happening. I can't see it right now, but like apparently I was very semi-transparent in the sense that my shirt was showing like right here. You can still see like the hit enter for chat. What that was about. It's not like I look transparent. I just happen to be like, wait, I can see the text behind me. That's weird.
Everywhere. Fangs in the dark.
And this is where you get to skip all of this stuff.
Careful! He's a wild one.
What's it to you?
Skip conversation.
I'll explain.
Delta warriors
There is
attack
evil
enemies at
staring
close
in the
range with their
ruins to the
weapons.
north.
Oh, you know what? I should have been
That poor
summoning.
monk
What was
back
I
there
doing?
Must have gone inside.
Okay. I don't even know how many we can summon.
Even
Maximum
a holy
4.
man like him was driven mad by whatever he saw.
I'm assuming they stay until they die.
Could you protect us from what?
Awesome. Alright. So now picking up a blood orb. After picking up a blood orb, your next hemorrhage deals damage to enemies around your target and gives you essence. Okay, so it's not picking it up gives me the thing, but picking it up makes it so my next attack is an AoE and gives me essence. Okay. Then we'll take Bone Spear next. Alright. Yeah, so I gotta do it on corpses, as expected. Go get some corpses. Give me your corpse.
Road's blocked. Should clear up when the storm is past.
Oh, a bear. A bear was not here last time. We get one more. And it says once they're full, you get like a priest. Now, is that something I have to summon the priest? Looks like I have to summon it. So when we get one more corpse, I will use the button and see if it makes a priest show up. Yeah, there you go. So, level up easy. Yep, and every time you do that, it does that and it heals them, buffs them out. Okay. Alright, so Bone Spear. So for now, we'll just go as we get the upgrades, we'll talk about it. I just shoot a spear that pierces through enemies. Cha-ching. Already level 3. So is there a cooldown? This cost essence, there's no cooldown. So unlike the rogue, this class, the way I'm building it at least, will be using essence for multiple skills. That's something I kind of want to pay attention to. There is a way I'm going to be building it to get more essence eventually. That was what was so awesome about that rogue build. Only one skill used essence, and then I was getting essence back, and oh, it was so good. I have 100. This costs 25. Ooh, shit. That is very expensive. Oh my god. No, I was right about that. Around this way. Giving them buffs and shit. Oh, also let's look at this stuff to put it on, since it's better. Oh, I'm gonna compare that way. Does it matter? I mean, I don't think this requires specifically anything, but Bone Spear also doesn't require anything. Oh, that gives life on kill. Just keep it for now in case something requires it. I don't know. I actually didn't look at that for the rogue, if the things were requiring daggers or not. Them healed. People are not dropping blood orbs too often. Yeah, and I get 2 blood orbs right there. Okay. This is telling me the next hemorrhage is an AoE. Alright, so. I think I'm just gonna go focusing on Bone Spear. Again, this is where I can like check out all these eventually. Either that, or I can make it so that Hemorrhage gives me Fortify, which is gonna give me armor. Let's do that. So now, again, Hemorrhage drops Blood Orbs, which heal me. When I pick up a Blood Orb, it makes my next Hemorrhage an AoE, which gives me Essence per enemy it hits. And then, Hemorrhage also gives me, essentially a shield per hit. But there's also a chance that I completely fill that shield. So, I should be getting, like, you know, Fortify, shield all around me. That'll make me, again, like, super tanky. Buckler. The exact same stats. Okay. There it tells you my fortified. So there you go. I essentially doubled my health because I'm fully fortified. So I have 58 health. 58 fortified. Oh, the fortified goes down over time. Okay, good thing we're seeing that now. I'm not really sure how to play this because a lot of things are based off of my basic attack. So I didn't really have to use my basic attack all too much with the warrior or the rogue. It seems like I really should be using basic attack, and then Bone Spear when they're lined up, and then obviously Corpse Explosion as the nuke. I might not even need to use this. Again, I'm gonna go through all these different skills, but this one seemed to be like, you know, the most survivable. Again, giving myself health and making my attack an AoE and giving me Fortify, but it might not be necessary seeing as, again, we have all these minions with you, and we will get more as we continue through. Is it only kills with this? No, it's just attacks that have a chance to drop it. The next one's an AoE. Alright, so that's the right way to go. We'll go this way. Yeah, I'm really tempted to switch the basic attacks. I'm not really in flow of combat, weaving between basic and that. I really want to use my bone spear. Now, the thing is, bone spear is so expensive, obviously. I can't use it all the time. That's what my instinct is. I might check out the other basic attacks first. So here's where we'll do it. So I'll be using basic attacks, and then throwing out the bone spear. Basically get my fortify up with the basics, bone speared. And then get my essence back. Is there a sound that's made when he drops it? That'd be nice. Oh, I see him right there. So there's no sound. I kind of wish there was. But yeah. So this against bosses, this is gonna be insane. Unless he's not dropping. Is he not dropping it? There's one. Okay, yeah. Not at all an efficient way to play, but significantly easier. Not that rogue was hard, but you know, I stayed in the back, they pulled all the aggro. Yeah, I don't think I really need to do this. I don't really need to run around and pick up the fucking orb. We'll hit 5, see what I'm doing at 5, but I'll probably switch the basic attack. Two-hander. Hey, there's a scythe. Bam. Alright. Let's get drugged.
You've returned.
Oh, armor vendor. Go ahead and sell.
The old ruins are clear.
Lost souls! For all of you!
Class update Book of the Dead. Alright. This all update. And that right there is, again, another increase. Bam. Not sure if I need to keep one, so let's keep it there. Book of the Dead. Level up to unlock more minion types and abilities. Oh, 15, and then... Okay, so we're not going to see golems. But... I don't know. We might get the mages, because again, if I'm speedrunning it efficiently, we'll see. Select an upgrade or sacrifice. Oh, so then even between these, you get more unlocked. Okay. We got our skirmishers here. Again, they deal more damage but have less life. You can summon one additional skirmisher. Each time you critically strike, your skirmisher's next attack critically strikes and deals 50% more crit damage. Once every 3 seconds. Or you can sacrifice them so you can't raise skeletons and you get crit chance. Alright. Took up all the space and you still haven't been able to play? Really? Is it the long queues or is there something wrong with it launching or what? Because I was able to hop right in all morning. I mean, my crit rate isn't high, so I guess for now I'll just get one additional skirmisher. That might be interesting to build a crit build, which would actually go really well with Bone Spear, to be honest. Since it'll eventually pierce through enemies and blast apart and hit multiple enemies. So doing a crit build would be pretty nice. The Q, yeah, interesting. Again, for me, I was able to hop right in all morning. I tried it like 3 or 4 different times and instantly went in. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely fun. If you have the time to play it, check it out. It's really, really fun. Yeah, so I think if I do a crit build, this would be pretty nice. Because I get a crit, which means they get a crit at extra damage. For now, though, again, we get the 1. Alright. And this will also be part of the crit build. Bone Spear gets 5% crit chance. If it crits, it fires 2 more bone shards. So yeah, making a Bone Spear crit build sounds pretty nice. Right now, I'm not going to take either upgrade. So first of all, we're actually going to switch out our skills here. So let's try a new basic attack. So we have Reap. Sweep a scythe in front of you. Hitting an enemy with Reap increases your damage reduction. If the enemy dies in 2 seconds, you get attack speed. So this is one of the ones that, again, there's a lot of skills that are modified to increase corpse explosion. Reap forms a corpse under the first enemy hit. Or Reap instantly kills people at 5% or less. So if I was going down here, I go for the corpse one. Decompose. Tear the flesh of an enemy, dealing damage per second, so it's a dot, and forming a usable corpse every 2.5 seconds. Huh. Oh, this is a channeled attack. Oh, interesting. You have to hold it in. If an enemy dies while being decomposed, you gain essence. You and your minions deal increased damage to enemies who are being decomposed. Decompose slows enemies. Interesting. So you hold this in and you channel it. Gaining essence per second. Getting essence when they die. And then either getting more damage against them or slowing them. And then there's Bone Splinters. Fire 3 Bone Splinters. Each time an enemy is hit by the same cast of Bone Splinter, you gain 1 essence. So obviously it gives me essence, but then I get another one if I keep hitting multiple times for the same enemy. 30% chance to fire 2 additional projectiles if you have 50 or more essence. 20% chance per hit to make enemies vulnerable. Or hitting the same enemy at least 3 times grants crit chance. Again, there's already multiple ways to make a crit build, which sounds awesome. I don't really care for Decompose, so I would say either Bone Splinters or Reap. Reap seems more like the close range option. So let's test it out now that it's early game, but I feel like more for me would be Bone Splinters. But let's check out Reap. So again, we're taking out Hemorrhage and taking Reap, which is slicing in front of me and giving me damage reduction. Do I want the upgrades? For now, we don't need the upgrades. We don't care about getting an extra corpse. And I don't care about the other upgrade. I don't need attack speed either. Okay. Now, it's not a lot of damage. But I can instead invest in Bone Spear here. Or I can give myself more essence. And once again, another passive that creates corpses. Like I said, we'll keep seeing them. There's normal passives, there's modifiers, there's tons and tons and tons of way in this game to make more corpses. Which is why my other build is a just maining corpse explosion constantly build. We'll check that out when the time comes. Let's see here. These are all things I would take in place of Bone Spear, not with Bone Spear. Well, maybe not Sever, but again, I don't really want to use multiple things that cost essence. I want to take my time. So yeah, our options are to increase the basic attack or increase Bone Spear. Let's increase this, because this is very weak. I can take the point out of that now. And then with my other 2 points, I could go ahead and just get Bone Spear. Let's do that. Make Bone Spear nice and strong, because it's very expensive, so we're going to have to make it nice and strong. So we got a new basic attack here. And that's how close it is. It looks cool. And then our Bone Spear there. We summon these guys, so you can now get 5 of them. That is not a lot of damage.
You are blessed like us now.
That was all of them. Light willing.
I'm probably not going to use this for too long, because again, I do prefer having range.
Madman.
And skipping all this. In fact, I'm already changing it. I've decided. It's not for me. Reap is not for me. So, we're going to go ahead and check out Bone Splinters. So it's another range option. It's pretty much like Bone Spear, except it doesn't cost essence. So obviously it's weaker. But I fire 3 splinters. And if I hit the same enemy twice, like 2 casts in a row, I get more essence back. Let's see. 30% chance to fire 2 more projectiles if I have a lot of essence, which I should have most of the time. And for now, that's all we need. Alright, so let's check that out. So it's like a shotgun blast, you know, just like our rogue. Okay. See how this feels. So again, we're just getting multiple hits, giving us essence. And there's a chance to fire even more hits. So nothing special about it. Nothing crazy about it, I'll say. That's alright.
Only fire can cleanse the darkness in this place.
Like the ones I was fed.
They're the
Just-
torch.
Yep. Oh, interesting. I can't skip. Yeah, alright. Oh, there we go.
You came to thank the light.
Stez giggles.
You collapsed in...
Alright, Hermit. No, I'm not gonna be that afraid to go into these instanced areas. Well, especially right now, because we're not even in the multiplayer part. Surprise, the non-multiplayer part doesn't have any issues. Who would have guessed? Almost as if making this always online multiplayer is not the wisest idea. Oh my god, Bone Spear is so strong. Okay. I'm curious which one was giving me more essence. 8. So that one was giving me more essence. So again, Hemorrhage, theoretically, is the better option. I just wasn't seeing the blood orb drop too often, and it's something I have to pick up. But still, we can always go back to that. This has all the things. It's stronger, more essence, and has all these different buffs. This just hits more people. That's okay. We're experimenting. Next, we'll probably test out things different than Bone Spear, even though I'm liking it. That way. Spiders. Damn, we're just wrecking people. The corpse explosion is going to be insane. Look at all the corpses we're making. Like, oh my god. Gonna be bananas. Let's know where the cabin is. Just kind of doing the edge real quick on this side at least. Oh, that's right. After we do this, they spawn enemies, which will give us some experience.
Is anyone here? What are you hiding back here?
Short fangs. Young.
Let's get that chest. Dude, just one-shotting these.
Evil is spreading.
Going through here, just one-shotting them. Wasn't there like a chest up here? We'll just nab that real quick. Fiendish something or other. All of them. Okay, so our first amulet. Again, the exact same stats. That's 3 shields we have the exact same stats. Is this a shield or what is this? Is this not like a book for magic? Yeah, it is. It's a book for magic. So I'm assuming I wouldn't equip that. It's interesting that I can. I'll keep that, because I have no idea why I'm able to equip it. If there's like spells that require that? I don't think so. Yeah, the enemies I don't one-shot.
Never thought I'd live to see your worst. The angel in Arius. That's not Linga. Key overshot
Any
lies
events
just
anywhere? So we got our first event before was over here. Again, this new basic attack, Bone Splinters, nothing crazy or special about it, but feels right. I'd really like to get in like a boss fight or something where I'm spamming Bone Spear just to see how much essence I'm actually generating from this. Alright. Here we go, event, perfect. Level up, and then maybe I change out Bone Spear just to try something new. Okay, event under siege. Oh, this is gonna be a perfect one, so we're gonna burn through essence here.
I beg you. Be careful.
Kind of intentionally using Bone Spear a little more than I need to, because I want to see how much we can get back. I think it's giving me essence per enemy hit. Which is really nice. Obviously, unless you're doing just a single boss, but I don't have any minions with them. Doing much better than I was with the rogue. Because just right off the bat, the Necromancer has all these ranged shotgun multi-enemy hit things. And running into the essence going down, but that's alright. Alright, yeah. I mean, I was generating a pretty good amount of essence there. Let me reread the skill, because I think it is per enemy hit, which actually makes it like really good. I don't know, it doesn't tell me if it's per enemy hit or not. It just says generates 5. That might be 5 per cast or 5 per... I would assume it's 5 per cast. But, I mean, it did a pretty decent job just in and of itself giving me essence back. Now, of course, we want more. But I know looking at the skill tree, there is a way to get more very soon. Alright. So, let's go ahead and try something other than Bone Spear. I'm liking it, but the whole point of this right now is to experiment. So, Blood Lance, which is similar to Bone Spear, it's just for throwing a Blood Lance, and it's a dot. So as opposed to single target damage that pierces, this is a dot, but I know the upgrade lets it pierce. And then all the enemies that have the Blood Lance in them give me attack speed and reduce the essence cost. Don't really care about that, to be honest. Blood Surge. Oh, this is the one that was pretty interesting to me. Blood Surge. Draw blood from enemies, dealing 12 damage, and expel a Blood Nova, dealing 30 damage. Now, I'm not sure. It sounds like this is an AoE move, because I don't know how I expel a Blood Nova, but the second sentence here makes me sound like it's an AoE. Blood Surge's Nova damage is increased by 10% per enemy drained. So it sounds like it's an AoE where it does initial damage and then causes an explosion, and the more people in the AoE make the explosion bigger. So I'm probably going to test that out first. Oh, it's around me. It's an AoE around me. So again, this is incentivizing playing in close range, whereas I kind of like playing in long range. But that would be where I go ahead and take Reap instead. Let's see the upgrades here. Each time an enemy is hit with the Nova, you get Fortify. Oh, that would actually go back to the whole, maybe Hemorrhage as well. I could still play Hemorrhage, but then when I run in and get the Blood Orbs, I Blood Surge them. Blood Surge heals you. Okay, this will make the Blood Surge heal me. Alright, let me try a straight up melee. I need that saying, right? Yeah. 2 points in that. So now we're going back to trying this Reap, which is the melee one. Basic attack. That's because we're using a melee special attack, we'll call it. Blood Surge. We have it healing us. And giving us Fortify, which is again a shield. Let's test that out. See how this feels. Now we're suddenly going into melee range. Oh, came from that way. And that's the radius of it, okay. The more people hit with that, the more damage the explosion does. Now, it's even more expensive than the Bone Spear. Again, it's going to be very resource heavy. This is giving us 4 per enemy hit. Okay, now that's going to be good. So that is per enemy hit.
Hold. To enter the city, you must
We have no
first...
time for this.
How? Take a piece of holy cedar wood from the shrine and inscribe it with the seal.
The Necromancer? The Necromancer has no sins.
This is a waste of time.
Did you say something? Good. You must feel...
Alright.
So, what did you write on the little piece of wood? I'm off to the dry steppes in search of that pale man, so wouldn't blame you. Cracked hooves, sway back,
The fast
cloudy
travel.
eyes. This poor thing is practically grown.
Ah, so the old man.
Buy that for him.
Wait. The old man sold me this too. He said he didn't need it anymore, but I think he'd want it back.
Okay,
all
one I
the
have
same.
right now is crit damage and
No
distant
charge.
enemies. The one we can get is life on kill and basic attack damage. Right now, a crit's not high enough to matter, so I'll get that. Amulet. Go ahead and...
You can take what's left.
I'll take it.
father keep you.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna sell this too. Okay. While I'm here, let's see. Is the chest account wide? That is the question. It is. There you go. Bam. All right. I think the next level we unlock Corpse Explosion when we really get into the bread and butter of...
Yeah.
Again, pretty much everything else looking at is basically revolved around Corpse Explosion.
Some.
I don't really see any kind of build for this that doesn't involve Corpse Explosion. Oh, well, we're banding already. Get these side quests done.
Yes, well, Boza.
You get here. The skeleton's just teleporting with me.
The new militia recruits have been...
Alright, let's cheer them on. Or is it thank them?
I
thank
appreciate
them.
that.
What?
Impressive.
That was cheer. Okay.
Thanks.
Main quest is there, and then that's up there. Huge increase for the boots. Hell yeah.
We were born in sin. Children of darkness.
Hopefully this levels us up.
Father's light can be sought through penitence and faith. Walk in the light. We must be ever vigilant against sin, brother.
Yes, Reverend Mother.
Let the light here. Take the knight's report before you go.
Reverend Mother, I received a report of a potential demon sighting. Horned
Alright,
woman near
now the bread and
Yelesna
butter.
Mines.
Corpse explosion.
Performed routine
Detonate a
inspection.
corpse,
Nothing yet.
dealing damage to surrounding enemies.
Sent in priest and escort of knights. We'll report in when
Okay.
we find something.
I didn't realize this. Because the skill tree I was using said that Corpse Explosion uses an essence, but it doesn't. Corpse Explosion is free. Oh my god, that changes everything. I really might be that Corpse Explosion main. It doesn't use any essence. That is nuts. So for now, we'll still try this with the whole melee range stuff. Okay, Corpse Explosion. I want that to be mapped here. Holy shit, that is nuts. Corpse Explosion uses no essence. Okay. Do the side stuff. Our bonuses from this. That's right, it's gonna heal me and give me fortify. And this is gonna give me essence per hit. And if Corpse Explosion isn't even using essence, pretty useful. I got an event. siphons.
We demand blood.
No problem, this will be perfect. Run in and use my ability first, and then the basic attack to charge up. Here we go with corpse explosion. Okay, I gotta target the corpse myself, which is nothing. Alright, been very frantic because I was testing out 3 different skills at once here, but it's working out really well. Not exactly what I want. It's still working, but I find myself liking ranged builds. This is working out really well. It's giving me damage reduction, so I'm tanking it and getting damage reduction while also getting fortified. Again, it's like a shield. I'm slowed and I have like no range option anywhere. And I wasn't even paying attention to the skeletons being dead because there's just so much going on. I'm trying to test like 5 different things at once. Alright. Alright. I'll do that and then that to build it back up. So that's what I should be doing. That was a little hectic. Let's slow it down now that I know the order of doing things. We'll probably switch back into a ranged build. There's a good cycle right there. Pop my ability, use the basic attacks to get my essence back. And if I need to, kaboom with corpse. This is the one that's giving me... Yeah. Okay. There he is.
Indeed I am.
Oh, I didn't collect the thing. On my town to get to the next series of quests. We're just plowing through everything. Look at the waypoint. This in.
How did this happen? I shouldn't be holding this in my hands. It should be.
You.
Restraint.
Restraint.
Ah, yes.
That it.
Of course.
Crit damage, vulnerable damage. I don't need that. Where is the blacksmith inside? Nothing.
Blessings.
Alright. Let's go ahead and respec. So we tried the melee ones. Next, what's Blight? Unleash concentrated blight that deals 18 damage and leaves behind a defiled area, dealing 49 damage over 6 seconds. So it's kind of like a blight fireball. It slows enemies, has a chance to immobilize, or enemies take more damage. Let me make them take more damage. There. Alright. I can make corpse explosions radius bigger. Alright. So our new skill is potentially, it looks like a fireball that does initial damage and then there's a dot. It slows enemies and they take more damage. Let's go back to using Bone Splinter. We got a shotgun as a ranged attack. Fireball. Alright. That's there. That's there. Okay. See how this feels. Oh, we unlocked the defenders. Okay. So new types of skeletons here. Durable shield bearers with 15% extra life. We only have one at a time? It doesn't tell me how many I can have at a time. Oh, this is what you do it. Okay. Okay, gotcha. I know eventually you're going to be able to have all of these up at once. We'll see how. So again, skirmishers were doing more damage but had less life. Totally fine. Nothing special about their like upgrades. Defenders have more life. Every 8 seconds, your defender negates the next instance of direct damage you would take, or increases the amount of thorns the defender inherits from you. Yeah, I'll take the skirmishers. Not that we've needed it, because we're just dominating everybody. Yeah, we'll still keep the skirmishers up. Okay. We're back to using Bone Splinter as our basic, which is just really for damage. Blight we'll check out as a fireball, and then we have our corpse explosion. Alright, you're all the way up there. Alright, so check it out. Not a lot of damage at all. That is definitely not a lot of damage. Huh. It deals 20 damage. Yeah, I think that's just too weak. Okay, well, he got one shot. We'll give it a couple more tries, but it seemed like it was doing like very low damage. Like, the biggest thing is it slows them and it makes them take more damage, but like at the cost of 25 essence. Like, comparing that to the other ones, this is doing 20 when it's been upgraded. This unupgrade's doing 52, so yeah, it's just very weak. I don't like it. So that was a quick and easy test of that. The last one is another one that sounds pretty cool. Sever. It sounds like it's kind of like something I'm throwing, or like a ghost form. A specter of you charges forward, doing damage, then returns and does damage. Let's see what the upgrades are. When it returns, or actually when it goes through enemies, it does more damage. Yes. God damn it. And then it does more damage based on your number of minions, so 10% more damage. Sure. Event joined. Where?
Don't leave.
Up here. So this is a new skill. I'm not even really seeing it right now. I'm just gonna... I didn't mean to be an event, but... Can't move. I'm just pressing random buttons right now because I did not get to change my shit. But we got a rare immediately. Alright. Now can I fuck with my skills like I was trying to do? Alright. So from here. So again, this is sending a specter forward. Right there. So he's doing damage along the path, doing damage here, and then doing damage on the way back. He's increasing the damage based on the skeletons we have out. Okay. Next. Oh, this is where I get my essence for corpse explosion. I'm assuming it says consuming the corpse. That's like either when you summon them or when you blow them up. Oh, that's right. We have the corpse radius. That's right. So again, using our shotgun as the basic attack, just for damage right now. Using this new ranged throw, doing damage. And then corpse explosion. So just pure damage at this point. Nothing unique. What the hell's that icon? Oh, it's that main quest. Yeah, see, that's so much stronger than the fireball, and it's actually less expensive. That fireball is just trash, man.
Mero sent you.
Just fucking destroyed him. Alright, so I definitely like this as well as the bone spear. Those are the two that I like. They both functionally do the same thing. Bare minimum, I should say. They're both, you know, ranged things that can hit multiple people. Essentially because they pierce. Alright, let's see here. Crazy stupid upgrade for the scythe. Thank you. Oh, it's a two-hand. Oh, we have one-handed scythe and two-handed scythe. That's okay, because I don't need a shield. Keep one there for now, but we definitely don't need a shield. We'll keep a one hand in the shield in case, but like we shouldn't need it because we're just fucking wrecking shop right now. Alright, check out the mine. I'm generally unconcerned with the game crashing now. I say that before the game crashes and I get pissed off. Again, I can't wait to like try maining Corpse Explosion. Like, holy shit. So good. Again, I'm liking this as well as the Bone Sphere. So Bone Sphere's thing is it shoots enemies and then splits. This is more of like an AoE line. So it's not just like a single one enemy line, but it is like a, you know, thicker line. But functionally, they're relatively the same. Bone Spear has a longer radius because it just goes across the map. Not that this is much smaller. Actually, it does go all the way up, so actually this is the same. Oh, you know, the difference is where your mouse is. Bone Sphere, if I click here, will still go all the way out. Whereas this one only goes where I'm clicking. And that's because most damage is done where I'm clicking. So that's the fundamental difference in terms of how you use them to attack. Thank you very much, Valeris, for the raid. Appreciate that, man. Welcome. Welcome, Vengeful. Hey, guys. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. You're checking out the Necromancer class here. Thank you for the follow, dude. I did a ranged road yesterday, and I really enjoyed that. I had a build in mind, and I relatively stuck to it. This Necromancer over him, I'm testing out all the skills because like all the skills seem pretty interesting. Balancing between both melee range and range. So lots of just testing and switching, seeing how things feel and all that. Well, I'm doing good. I'm really having some fun here. Ooh, because I hope you're doing well, man. Alright, we'll take a look soon to see like the extra effects of Sever versus Bone Sphere. Yeah, the game's really fun. Is Necro much different than D3? Honestly, I'm the wrong person to ask because I have the worst memory ever, so I can't remember Necro from D3. But looking at the skill tree, there are several different ways to play. In the most basic sense, which again is the most basic, you can play at range or at melee. There are different skills for both. Of course, you can mix and match as well, but generally there are range skills and melee skills, and both work extremely well. The Necromancer has several abilities that don't just do damage, but they give him Fortify, which is essentially a shield, and they heal him, so he can be invincible in melee range, which is insane. But again, there are also range spells as well. He has life leech spells, he has crowd control spells, so just looking at the skill trees alone, the Necromancer seems to be the most diverse. He has so many different ways to play him. Like I said, you could just break it down to range versus melee, but even between that, like with range, are you doing like kind of AoE damage? Are you doing dot damage? Are you doing crowd control? Single target? Like there's so many different things you can do. It's kind of nuts. He seems to be a very essence heavy character, with the exception of the one build that I'm going to try soon, which is just the Corpse Explosion main build. In this game, Corpse Explosion does not use any essence, so it's free to use, which is just nuts because it's super strong. There are so many passives for skills and everything else that increase Corpse Explosion, give you more corpses, give you buffs for using corpses. I don't see any build in this game revolving around the Necromancer that does not use Corpse Explosion most of the time. And I feel like Corpse Explosion will be far and away the thing to use. It's just insanely big. Like, it's crazy how good it is. But yeah, Necromancer seems to be the most diverse thing that you can do. Alright, so I wasn't even paying attention there because I was trying to think about talking, and we just destroyed everybody. I did notice my essence went down a little bit, but I was gaining so much essence back that was a really good test. That was a good test of me not being able to pay attention, but still like destroying. So that was great. So now, Now we actually look, because I have to decide what I like the most in terms of this. Do I like using Sever or Bone Spear? In terms of damage, Bone Spear is a lot stronger. So what does Sever have going for it? Sever... Well, I'm not sure if the 10% damage is taken into account. Let's pretend it's not taken into account. Even if it's not taken into account, it's still weaker than Bone Spear. So Sever has nothing going for it other than just straight raw damage. Not that's bad, but there's no special effects. Okay? Bone Spear, what does that have going for it? Bone Spear splits, doing even more damage. And then you can either make the first enemy vulnerable, or you can have increased crit chance and splitting again. So both of them basically increase your damage. Bone Spear, we'll go back to testing that. That seems like it might be more of an AoE, because it can split and hit more enemies, whereas Sever is more of a line. Sever is 5 less essence, but again, a lot weaker. Okay. Let's go ahead and take at least these two. We'll go over what they are in a second here. I just have to take the points out so we can do that. Take a point and put it in that, I guess, for now. And then, do I want it instead? See, right now, I think we're still just testing these skills before we actually fully invest in Corpse Explosion. I like doing that, so I can see which skills I like. So we'll do this for now. So we put 3 points in Bone Spear, just making it, again, super strong. Basic Bone Spear pierces through enemies. Easy enough. Lots of damage, pierces through enemies. When it is destroyed, it splits into 3 shards, doing very little damage, but hey, extra damage. It also has a 5% increased crit chance, and if it does crit, it will split in 2. In addition to splitting into 3. Okay. So, massive damage, potentially splitting up. Let's just see how that feels. And then I'll actually start putting more points into Corpse Explosion and seeing how that goes. Let's see here. Put that there. Okay. Here. What are we doing? Bring this in. I'll travel there. Even though I'm not too concerned with disconnects, I also, if we're close enough to run there, I'd rather just run and make sure there's no chance of disconnecting. Huh. Okay. So what happened there was I fired my Bone Spear through him, and then it came back. So when it splits, does it track enemies? So I did this. It came back. So even if it doesn't track enemies, in the very least it comes back. So I thought it'd like go straight and then split up this way. That's actually better that it comes back. So it really is like the other skill where we were shooting it forward and the guy comes back. This shoots forward, splits, and comes back. Has increased crit, and if it does crit, it splits again. And of course, again, it's a lot stronger for a little more essence. To be fair, this is potentially a big essence build, but again, Corpse Explosion uses no essence for some reason. I don't know why they did that. It's great, but I feel like that's OP as hell. But Corpse Explosion uses no essence. So this is my only essence user right now. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I do feel like I'd probably like this more, which is my original idea. It's in.
So,
Okay. Give me that. You know what? I'm not going to keep a sword and board. Shouldn't need it.
That's good salvage. Come back if you need work.
Okay. Now we're doing main quests, since we can't do that one in the beta. Alright, we will fast travel. We'll test this out. We'll test out Corpse Explosion, and then we'll do a deeper dive into the skill tree, because again, there's a ton of synergy in the skill tree. Specifically for Corpse Explosion, but there's actually synergy with a lot of different skills for the Necromancer. He synergizes with himself so well. Like, it's insane. He has, like, buffs for, like, everything he does. So, for instance, both my basic attack and my other attack are both bone abilities. Well, he has an entire tree dedicated to increasing bone effects. You know, whatever it is, if it's damage or whatever. So there's all that kind of stuff, too. And he seems very open to whatever you want to do. If you want to specialize in one thing, if you want to dabble in multiple things, shoot back, yes. Man. I want to use that on the pack and see how good that is. And right now it seems like I can see myself doing like a crit build, because there's several things that proc off of crit and increase his crit. Very easy to do that. Come back, kill him. Yes, that was cool. How about these guys? Come back. Oh, that one didn't come back. There's an event over here. You have to go this way. Hit. Come back. So obviously, because it's like a shotgun, when it comes back, it's going to potentially miss. So I can't always rely on that. Right now, I'm doing it on purpose just to see it. Let's play normally. So hit. Come back. This is really just the essence generator, yeah. Did someone do this? Someone might have completed this when I was making my way here. Yeah, I guess they did. That's okay. We're gaining levels quickly since we're like skipping all the stuff that we did yesterday with the dialogue and the cutscenes. The awesome Diablo cutscenes. Alright. Side quests. This is nice, but Bone Shard does so much damage, you can kind of use it as a single target. Very expensive for that, but still. So he does have nice single target and AoE. Obviously, he has the aggro of the skeletons, which also count for damage. This is... I have to turn it into that town down there. Yeah, let's go do that. So we get the next series of side quests. I do want to test my other basic attack that we started with today as well, but yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to do is test really leveling into Corpse Explosion. That's something that we're doing right Which is probably one of those things where, like I said, I can guarantee a corpse explosion main is going to be the build. But it's not really something I care for. So I'm seeing it right now. I'm just not really remembering corpse explosion until we need it. And that's okay. It's not about the best build, it's about the build you like. And most people would like the best build, but sometimes there's just builds that's like, it's not really my playstyle. That's totally fine. But I will at least try it and see if I can get in the habit of using corpse explosion. Maybe I'll like it. Where's this town at? Still way out there. God, Bone Spear just like one-shots everybody. Oh, it's so good. The downside is, of course, the Bone Spear is very small line. But again, it's so strong. If you aim it properly, it's so good. And even on the comeback, it should at least help you if you missed your target. Turn this in, get all the side quests, and I think we'll respec again to put more points into Corpse Explosion and try to use that as the main skill.
Local hunters.
You're kind, but it...
Let's see, get this. Another side quest here? Ooh, I can claim that, thank you. No. So we gotta talk to everybody, ask for...
Why? To finally...
They've seen the guy.
No. I see.
It shows how fast we're going.
Yes.
This is about the time where we got disconnected yesterday, so it took me almost a little over 4 hours to get to this point. Where today it's been an hour and a half.
Light.
Of course, I am 2 levels lower, but again, relatively speaking, just by skipping cutscenes, skipping dialogue, and it's a whole different mentality of not doing all the things. Go a lot faster. We'll do this first. Actually, no, we'll do this. Yeah, now we'll do that first. Alright, so now I can only take out 1 point, so we're gonna start investing in Corpse Explosion a lot, like really investing in it. And I'm gonna try to remember, I'm gonna get the mentality of Corpse Explosion first. I don't think I'm gonna like playing that way. I'm sure it's the way to play though, but I'm gonna try it. So I gotta keep reminding myself, just always Corpse Explosion. Get the kill, boom, 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 boom. Get the kill, boom, 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 boom. And then I can start at least showing off all the synergy with it. Maybe we start switching skills to try that. But I'm going to really give it a real try of maining Corpse Explosion. Man, all you need to do is kill one guy, and then it blows up and kills the next guy, which you blow up and kill the next guy, and blow up and kill the next guy. It just chains so well.
This is horrible. Do you see any clues? I didn't want to believe it, but I've seen those scars before. On unsavory types who sometimes met with Perifan. It seems he's truly fallen.
All you need is just one explosion, it just kills the whole group.
I have to find him. I have to bring my brother to justice.
Okay. But I don't need the other upgrades. Like, this makes it do more damage to enemies that have debuffs. Right now we're not doing debuffs. That one makes it a darkness skill. I don't need that. And eventually we'll start looking at the rest of these, but right now, again, I want to just pump it. Because the damage is already stupidly good. Bam, bam, just like that.
He has strayed so far from the light. This must be it. Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. I think we'll do this entire dungeon. And then after that is where I'll start potentially changing skills so that they help out Corpse Explosion more. So I think in this dungeon I can start getting used to using Corpse Explosion as a main. And the boss at the end will be a perfect test for this.
Light, grant me the strength to bring your justice upon my own blood.
I'm already getting used to it, to be honest. I'm not really hating it. Damage is just crazy good. And the explosion radius is just so big. Ugh.
I need more essence.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention to my essence there. Bone Spear is very expensive to use. And if you're maining Corpse Explosion, you certainly don't need Bone Spear. All you need is one corpse, and then that one corpse will kill everybody. Like that. One corpse kills everybody. This is insane. So strong. Okay. I think the other way was the side area. We'll go the other way first. Just like this. I killed the guy here. I waited for someone to walk within range, blew it up. It killed all four of them, which then had them in range of blowing these guys up. So for one cast of essence, I then get the 3 free corpse explosions to kill the whole group. God. All right. And wow, we got a legendary. using shield. That's a one-hander. There's our legendary. When you hit a crowd-controlled enemy, I still don't know what a crowd-controlled enemy is. There is up to 50% chance for the effect to spread. Sounds nice. Sounds awesome. I just still don't know what constitutes a crowd-controlled enemy. But yeah, definitely put that on. And that there. Yes. Alright. Alright, so here's the test against the boss.
Perifan, damn it! Where are you?
So obviously I can't corpse explode. But that's where, again, after this, I'll look into the skills. Oh my god, okay, I'm doing so much more damage than when I was a rogue. Which is, again, to be fair, is because we have all them there. So much more damage. This is insane. And I thought the rogue was super powerful. That's nothing, man. Holy crap. Alright, so that was a good test there of if you were remaining corpse explosion, that was like a worst case scenario in the sense that there was no way to get corpses from that with this specific build. And it still worked out because A, we had all the aggro drawn from our skeletons, who were then doing good damage on their own, but then I fucked him up with Bone Spear. And that's worst case scenario both in terms of the boss and the build, because now we can start looking into it. There are skills that enhance corpse explosion. Bone Splinters is not one, so let's just start looking at which ones they are. Reap would be one of them. Now that is a melee thing, so I don't really want that, but you could go ahead and use Reap, get the upgrade. When you use Reap, it procs every 5 seconds, but every 5 seconds you use your basic attack, you spawn a corpse. So in this case against the boss, there were no corpses the entire fight, so I could use my basic attack to spawn a corpse and then blow it up. But I don't want to go in melee range, so I don't want that. Here's another one. This is Decompose, which is the channel one. You form a usable corpse with flesh. So we're going to test that out and see how that functions. I don't know if I'm going to be using it like as a channeling attack, but in the very least, again, in this case, if it works as it sounds, I would attack the boss. It'd make a corpse show up every 2.5 seconds. I get to stay in range, which I enjoy range over melee. And it actually does a lot more damage. A lot more damage than the melee one. And it gives you more essence too. So more damage, more essence. I guess technically this is better for corpse generation. Oh no, because this is every 5 seconds. So this is just better in every way. Decomposes. Alright. Now do I want these upgrades? If an enemy dies while decomposed, you get essence. I mean, obviously this is a essence heavy build if I'm using Bone Spear. If not, it's not that important. And then you and your minions do more damage, or they're slowed. Let's take the time to talk about synergy right now. So obviously, this will generate corpses on attack. The passive upgrade will slow an enemy. Why does that matter? Because one of the explosion upgrades makes you deal more damage to enemies that are slowed. And in fact, it's slowed, stunned, or vulnerable, and the bonuses stack. So if someone is vulnerable and slowed, you get 20% more damage. So again, there are skills in here that give you corpses, there are skills that make you do more damage per corpse, there are skills that give you slow, there are skills that give you stun, there are skills that give you vulnerable. So you can stack all of these things together. There are so many different skills that will just give you so much more damage from corpse explosion. So for right now, the one we're looking at in testing is Decompose, which will again give us a corpse every 2.5 seconds, and then it will slow an enemy. And then we'll go ahead and grab this for the 10% more damage, just to see. So I gotta do this one at a time here. Bam, 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 bam. We took some points out of the corpse explosion just for the sake of getting the 10% extra damage, which right now isn't worth it because it's actually less damage. Who cares? We're just building as if it matters. So corpse explosion, bigger radius, more damage to enemies that are slowed. Basic attack, makes corpses, slows enemies. And hey, also gives us essence if they die. Now, is there a synergy with any of these skills? Bone Spear makes the first enemy attacked vulnerable. I don't think that's worth it, because it's only the first enemy attacked, and it's every 3 seconds. Technically it's there, I'm not going to take it. The Fireball one also slows enemies, but I don't need to do that since it's a little bit although it is like an AoE, but it's still a bit redundant with the basic attack. Plus, I don't really like that Fireball attack. It's just so weak for how expensive it is. Ugh. So like Bone Spear vulnerable is the first person hit. Sever vulnerables every 4 casts. God, 4 casts. So, I mean, technically speaking, there is synergy with the skills here, but it's not that great. But here, a passive, this is the one I was talking about here. Lucky Hit. Your damage, so just any attack, has 4% chance to create a corpse. So any attack you do has a chance to create a corpse. So again, if you're doing a corpse main, you can go ahead and potentially use this to spawn corpses on attack. You can use this for any attack to spawn a corpse. You can go ahead and get slow or vulnerable and get the increased damage from that. So those things already, right now, would all synergize with Corpse Explosion. And then we look down here in this tree. Consuming a corpse gives you essence. So, depending on if you use essence or not, that would be important. But even better, you deal increased damage after consuming a corpse. So once again, the multiple stacks that you could do. You could have a basic attack that spawns a corpse every 2.5 seconds. You can take the passive that has a low chance, but a chance, to spawn a corpse per attack. The bonus about that is the chance is doubled against bosses, so it should be 24% chance for any attack to spawn a corpse against a boss. So basic attack spawns a corpse guaranteed. Any attack spawns a corpse. You can get debuffs, so your corpse explosions do more damage. You can make it so your corpses give you essence. And you can make it so your corpses increase your damage. So, 1 damage buff just for corpses, 1 damage buff based on your debuffs, and 2 different ways to spawn more corpses other than just killing them normally. So right there alone is like so much synergy. And it's not even done. So we'll talk about the other skill later. There's another skill that we just looked at right here that also makes corpses. Right now, we're taking it slow. Like I said, I don't want to use Sever for the upgrade, nor do I want Bone Spear's upgrade, because I don't think they're worth it. So we're not taking the Vulnerable debuff. But what we are doing is we're switching our basic attack to this one that spawns a corpse and slows enemies. And we'll see how this feels. Obviously, I would be interested in seeing how much this essence, or how this works, because Bone Spear is very expensive to use. But at the same time, if I'm using the mentality of maining Corpse Explosion, shouldn't be that important, at least right now. But we'll see. Alright, so we have not used this channel yet. So that's what it is. I'll have to see what the range... Yeah, the range is all the way out there. So we'll have to see it in combat, but the biggest thing for me is it's slowing enemies, thus making them take more damage from corpse explosion, and it's also spawning corpses. So I'm talking to myself here, but gotta remember, maining corpse explosion. That's what we're doing. We are maining corpse explosion. That's what I'm testing at the moment. So that's what all this is about. I really feel like they're gonna make corpse explosion use essence or have a cooldown or something, because it just sounds really insanely OP, which I'm fine with, but that's what I'm assuming they're gonna do, because it's just crazy strong. Alright, should be groups of enemies anywhere near here that we can test this out at. Somewhere? No? Really? Okay. So I guess I gotta do like a full 2.5 seconds. So actually, let me dismiss these guys. So I want to verify that, like, I gotta wait 2.5 seconds of using this ability. So again, it doesn't matter against groups like this. It's more so for that boss fight where we couldn't get any corpses spawned. So it's not gonna matter like, oh, 2.5 seconds, these guys are gonna die that quickly. Doesn't matter. I'm just testing it to see how it works right now. Let's see. Oh, they die too quickly to even test it. Oh, there you go. Well, I mean, to be fair, he died. But yes, he spawned 2 corpses. So that confirms, as it sounds, you gotta hold it for 2.5 seconds. But against a boss, where my skeletons should be pulling aggro, it shouldn't matter. Because there you go. He didn't die, he spawned a corpse, so I killed him with the corpse explosion. So there are your 2 options. I mean, there's more than 2 options, but you know. If you're worried about fighting a boss and not having a corpse to blow up because the boss doesn't have any fodder for you to kill, that is your solution right there. Alright, let me slay my skeletons. Just chain explosions. Chilling in the back. Okay. And this whole time I'm thinking to myself, keep using corpse explosion. Yeah, so that works. Exactly as it should, obviously, but just goes to show everything works fine. Let's go into the mini dungeon and test it. Usually the mini dungeons don't have, like, you know, actual bosses that don't have fodder. Okay, give it a shot. Because there's nothing else I'm changing, right? Now, as of right now, we are just doing this for that. I'm curious in terms of raw damage. Doesn't really matter. But I was using this, which is doing 38. But that's each. This is 51 total. But it's per second as well. So unless you hit an enemy twice with the same shotgun blast, this is actually better damage as well. Okay. Alright, not bad. Now this is guaranteed to slow. Slows an enemy. So next thing I want to test is this. Are enemies only slowed while I'm decomposing them? Or do they stay slowed afterwards? So once again, I'm going to dismiss my skeletons because I want to test this out. I'm assuming they stay slow afterwards for a certain amount of time. I don't see why it would be only when I'm doing this. There's no like debuff icon for slow, so I actually don't know. Oh, he died too quickly. I'm trying to like see how fast he's moving and then when I cast the spell. I don't know. I'm not really seeing a difference. I think it only slows them when I'm casting the spell, which means I don't want that upgrade because they're not going to be slowed when I corpse explode them. So I really only need the base thing, maybe this if I want the essence. I'm going to keep testing that out, but that's what I think is happening here. Give me someone who I can like tell if they're slow or not. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think they're only slowed when I'm using the move. Okay. So I can change that. So it's not exactly as I thought it'd be, but still functions. The whole point of taking this new basic attack was to spawn corpses. Having slow as a bonus, that turns out isn't how it works, and that's okay. So now, that means two things for this. First of all, I no longer need the upgrade that increases damage to slowed enemies because we're not slowing enemies. It means I get to take the point away from that as well. For now, I'll keep the essence increase because we need it. Unless I get 2 points in this. I'll keep the essence increase. Because 10 essence is a lot. Considering this is using 25, just getting 1 kill with this gives us like half of that back. So we're no longer doing extra damage with slow. But that's okay. Because now I get to show off the one last skill that also synergizes with Corpse Explosion. We have these passives I haven't taken yet. It's fine, we'll check them out in a minute. But there's this skill right here. Blood Mist. Now, in and of itself, the basic thing does not affect anything with Corpse Explosion. It's a 20-second cooldown. You use it, it gives you 3 seconds of immune, so you're invulnerable. You take no damage, no status effects, nothing. So 3 seconds of being invulnerable. It gives you movement speed, and it damages enemies and heals you. So it does everything, basically. It makes you invulnerable, it heals you, it damages enemies. For 3 whole seconds. Honestly, not something I care about, and especially now that we're playing this, seeing how tanky he already is in and of himself. Don't really need that. The upgrade is something that I also don't care about. Casting a skill that overpowers, reduces the cooldown of Blood Mist. Okay, who cares? The thing that synergizes with Corpse Explosion is this. Blood Mist leaves behind a corpse every 1 second. So, once again, your basic attack makes a corpse every 2.5 seconds. Passive makes it so that any attack has a chance to spawn a corpse. Killing people spawns corpses, duh. But using this skill gives you 1 corpse a second for 3 seconds. So, tons of different ways to spawn corpses. If you're fighting groups, you don't care about any of that. The groups will die. Who cares? But if you're fighting a boss, again, you can do all of these, you can do one of these, you can mix and match, but you get a basic attack to spawn a corpse, a passive to spawn a corpse, and then an ability to spawn multiple corpses. So that's pretty awesome. For now, though, I don't think I need that because we're spawning plenty of corpses. But yeah, I'd rather look at this because I'm curious about consuming a corpse gives you 3 essence. Okay. But more importantly now, increasing our damage for 4 seconds after consuming a corpse. So this means when I corpse explode, next time I do any damage for the next 4 seconds, it's 8% more damage. So that just makes corpse explosion even stronger. Okay. I'm just trying to think like long term, if I was to do this, If I was thinking about the very specific situation of fighting a boss with no fodder, therefore no corpses, what would I rather have? Would I rather use the basic attack that spawns a corpse every 2.5 seconds? Or would I rather have the passive? Or both? I mean, this would just be every 4 attacks should guarantee a spawn corpse. Corpse spawn, whatever. Now 2.5 seconds, you probably get quicker than 4 attacks. Bone Spear I like. I don't know, to be honest. Both of them kind of work out. They're kind of a wash in a good way. Okay. So generally, again, with the builds I had in mind, it was only these 3 skill trees. But we're still going to test out this skill tree. We'll get to it when we get to it. But essentially, there's 2 different curses. So debuffs, which, again, could work with Corpse Explosion. I'm just trying to think it through. I think we're good here. I'm still going to test using Decompose, see how I like having a channeling skill. Obviously, the main reason is because, again, if we get a boss and we need a corpse, we can do that. Now, for any other class, I would say I would hate this. There's no way I can cast this skill for 2.5 seconds. No way. But, because of the skeletons pulling aggro, that's nothing. Hopefully. That's why I want to test long term. And everything else is fine. Like, Bone Spear is already just like insanely stupid good damage. And I really don't even need these 2 points in it, but I just threw them in there anyways. Corpse Explosion right now only has 1 point, but who cares? And we're increasing damage anytime we explode a corpse. So if I'm still with the mentality of maining Corpse Explosion, this is good. Okay. Got all these corpses. Actually, return to him really quick. Starts all the way over here because this is all stuff we had. All right. Okay. Blacksmith.
Need something forged?
Nothing.
I'll take it.
Good. And now we need to the main quest. There. Pushing down that way and connecting over there. Oh, you know what? We can do the Light's Watch. Since last time, we didn't do the quest. We did the dungeon before we got the quest. And the game crashed, and I was afraid to ever go into an instance place again. So fuck it. Plus, once again, we keep testing our skills, although I don't think there's an area there where they didn't have corpses for us. There we go. Alright, had all that bonus damage there. Nothing too flashy. Just the chain explosions like this, that's just still continues to blow my mind. Just need one corpse explosion, and then the whole field goes kaboom. Like that. There's an event, but it looks like it already passed. That's what the icon means, I'm assuming. Yeah. Once again, couldn't get that. Alright, let's go do the dungeon. I'll probably test out that mist skill. That was the one where it makes us invulnerable and gives us the corpses. I need 3 points for that, though. We can take out the passives and test that. I want to test that now. Because that is the 3 points right there. You know what? No. I want to see how we're doing with essence in this area. Again, we are using corpse main, so we shouldn't be using bone spear too much. This will be the test, and then we can check that out. And then we can start checking out the curses and all that too, which is the next skill that we just unlocked. So bam, and then just boom. It actually didn't work out. They were all separated from the corpses. That's cool. I can use this basic attack through walls. Although it wasn't really through a wall, but still, it kind of seemed like. Whereas, like, you know, another attack wouldn't have shot through this pillar here. This one did. That's pretty important to see. Alright.
I'm going as fast as I can. You're the one who said it didn't need a key.
Lights out. What's that about? Okay, we got another legendary. Sadly, it's a wand. There's a boss in the next room. Sure, almost full they are. Okay, starting to get the feel for this as I walk into a trap. Without the freezing there, that was awesome. So again, the boss was surrounded by like a bunch of fodder, so I did the one spear which killed the 3 of them, and then I had 3 corpses to explode, so bam bam bam, and just fucking him up.
Pa, is it true what they say? An angel walks among men? Oh. The knights march to Corvallis. If I was 2 years older, I'd have passed my trials and I'd be marching with them. Instead, I stay. A skeleton crew will guard the fort until the knights can return. You'd be proud. No more polishing shields for me. They gave me a sword. Though I doubt it will ever survive. All right, soon. Edward.
Alright, so this is what we couldn't get before, or we didn't get before because we didn't have the quest.
Our new recruits are proving themselves strong. I've grown fond of one. Knight Soliana Costa. Her devotion to the faith could cast even the darkest shadow of doubt from anyone's mind. It's easy to talk to her about those I left for the calling of the light. She had to leave her family too. A son.
Not sure if they're supposed to be celibate or not. I would assume not. They took a Oh, that's right. They're an army. They're not like a religious thing. Alright. Let's look back over here. So yeah, I'm not even using my basic attack with this at all. Again, the basic attack really is just going to be against the boss to spawn a corpse. It's one thing I'm really noticing. There's no need. Here I can use it against him to spawn a corpse. I mean, it really is just basically one bone spear and then corpse explosion for the entire fight. Done? Alright, yeah. Okay. That's really what it is. Basic attack is only, as weird as it sounds, basic attack is only used for bosses. To spawn that corpse. That's all.
We received the order. Our company has been called away on a mission for the light. I know that like the others who have been called to serve, we will not return. We have already given everything to the church. Must we give up our lives as well?
You definitely see the use of that corpse spawner miss thing. Getting 3 corpses in 3 seconds just to get like all that damage out. Yeah, we'll go to this whole dungeon first and then take that. You know what? No. We're gonna take it right now. Because I think it makes sense to test this out against a boss. Because we've already seen how this functions right now against bosses. This is fine. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take out these passives that aren't that important yet. Giving us more damage for corpse explosions. Okay. We're going to take Blood Miss. So again, the skill itself makes you invulnerable, it deals damage, and it heals you for 3 whole seconds. Okay. Not really needed in this build, but we get it for the second passive. So, this lasts 3 seconds. Every second, it spawns a corpse. So now, between the basic attack and popping this, we're able to spawn multiple corpses, which will work against bosses if they don't have corpses. Or even areas if there's a bunch of tough enemies so you can't instantly get a corpse. Again, just going with if you're maining corpse explosion, just generating a ton of corpses. Alright. 20-second cooldown. It doesn't use any essence. Alright. Here, obviously not necessary at all. Right there, we just go big kaboom. Makes more kabooms, so you can kaboom the kaboom. And then kaboom, kaboom, with kaboom, kaboom. Look at this. This is all you gotta do. No essence. Nothing. Look at that. That was the fight. We took a little bit of damage. We need any of those guys now. So super strong. Let's pop this and see here. So it places it where I'm walking. Yep. Okay. Alright, look at our loot. Crazy wands. I can put that in my chest for when we do the sorcerer. Let's see here. More armor. I'm not using evade, so I don't care about losing evade. I lose resistance, which is still pretty fine. I swap strength for willpower. Neither of which really matter all too much. I also lose that crowd control thing, which I don't know what this game considers crowd control, but I'm not doing any kind of elements anyway, ailments. But we were about to use cursed stuff, so for now I won't swap. Because that cursed stuff might be considered crowd control. Oh, because we're 12, we unlocked Reapers. Okay. Wields a powerful scythe that has a special wind-up attack, dealing heavy damage every 10 seconds. Their upgrades. Attacks against enemies who are immobilized, slowed, stunned, or vulnerable reduce the cooldown of their wind-up by 2 seconds. So again, that synergizes with if you're using Corpse Explosion to then do more damage against enemies that are debuffed, well, those enemies also make your Reapers attack more often. Or, Reapers have a 15% chance to carve the flesh off of enemies forming a corpse, so yet another way to spawn corpses. So do I want, like, they use a heavy damage every 10 seconds. Does that mean they only attack every 10 seconds? Let's test that out and see. And then we'll have them spawn corpses. Alright. What are the upgrades doing here? Oh, it reduces the cooldown and gives you more life. Yeah, I'll just increase the corpse explosion, because why not? So I don't want to dabble in the... We're trying to test one thing at a time. I don't want to take the curses yet when we're in here testing Blood Mist. We're only using Blood Mist for the passive, so I don't need to upgrade that. So we'll upgrade the corpse explosion. Okay. So we have new skeleton guys. They do heavy attacks every 10 seconds. But we'll see if they do like normal attacks as well or not. Either way, you know, if the main thing is they're pulling aggro. I just want to watch them. Yeah, they do basic attacks. And again, they have a passive that makes them just spawn corpses as well. So corpses on top of corpses on top of corpses.
tried to convince Soliana to leave with me. I told her that her son would rather grow up with a mother, and we could start over, away from this frozen wasteland. She refused. Soliana said to run would be to abandon the light and a better world for her son. Perhaps she's right.
I convinced her to flee, and she said no. She will not abandon her duty. Here's corpse explosion of hell, or I guess heaven for us. Bunch of fucking fodder enemies. Does this connect to the other area? It does. Alright. This is definitely working out really well. I haven't really tested the mist yet. We did it once, but I'm really saving it for the boss battle. Which we might not even need it, but you know, we'll see. Heal wand. Bunch of chests here. Just one kill. Boom, 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 boom. It just never gets old. Crazy to see. All I need is one person to die, and then the whole group will die. Alright, that's all that. Good. Go this way. Alright, boss time. Even if we don't need it, I am going to intentionally spawn the mist. Now, I do gotta keep in mind, the mist makes it drop corpses under me. So it does make me run into them. Now, of course, it makes me invulnerable, but at the same time, I'm not invulnerable. There we go, drop the corpses. Spawn. Now I'll make sure they're pulling the aggro. They're not pulling aggro that well, but they are... Okay, see, this is where they're going to come in handy. All these corpses are being spawned by them. That's going to help out. Because they're not pulling aggro too much right now. And I can do this. I am being really fucked on. Summon them. So you can't attack when you're in this phase.
I need more time.
Yes, this was interesting. I don't know if it's specifically the Reapers, if it's this enemy or what, but they weren't pulling aggro, which meant I kept getting attacked, which is making me spawn corpses a lot less. But at the same time, I'm seeing how many corpses they're spawning because they have a... Does it not say it here? They have a chance to spawn corpses. 15% chance that their attacks spawn corpses. And they were spawning corpses pretty frequently there. So that really is a good combo. And again, it actually means I don't really need Decompose as my basic attack. Just having these guys here alone should do it on their own. And that's where, again, you can then take the passive that makes any attack spawn corpses. So that's probably the better option. But I mean, this is only a 1-point investment, obviously. Okay. And Blood Mist did come in handy there because I was dying. I was using it more of like an oh shit type of thing rather than... I mean, I was still also intentionally spawning corpses. So it is useful in that sense too. Okay. Okay. So do I want to take the points out of Decompose then? Now that I know these guys basically do just as well as Decompose. I think I'm going to do that. Means I gotta take a point out of there to put it here. Yeah, I'll take that. There. Put that back in there. Alright. So we have swapped out the basic attack. Okay. And now the question is, do I start fucking with the curses now? Yeah, because I mean, we've seen Blood Mist. We've at least seen it. So we have 2 different curses. Let's look at the passives of this tree first. Oh, we actually have to spend 2 points before we can continue. We'll do that before anything else. Do I want to increase this outright? I think I want to max out Corpse Explosion before I get this, because that's actually more damage than just a flat increase of that. Although this applies increase to all attacks. This is only Corpse Explosion, but if remaining Corpse Explosion, that's better. There. Alright. So the passives of this tree. Close enemies take more damage and deal less damage. I like to fight at range. Distant enemies take more damage. Skeletal mages, which I don't even have right now. We only have the one group of skeletons. Increases their life and damage. Increases damage to cursed enemies. We're not cursing, at least not yet. Alright, so we don't really care too much. Obviously I can get like a damage increase. I can increase my summons eventually. Nothing too important at the moment. So we have 2 different types of curses here. Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden curses the target area. Enemies inflicted take damage each time they attack me. So it basically like thorns. It's just rather than putting thorns on me, it does like anti-thorns on them. So when they attack me, they take damage. I don't care for that. The passives. It doesn't use essence. But you gain essence for each enemy hit. So you can use this as a way to generate essence. Which again, I'll constantly repeat it just for the sake of it. Corpse Explosion does not use essence, so the only thing I'm using essence for right now is Bone Spear. Very expensive, but it's also not needed, because I need 1 Bone Spear, generally speaking, to generate 1 corpse, to then blow up the whole field. So essence isn't as important, but it is something I want to pay attention to. It's not worth taking the skill just for that, though, but interesting. So I can make them take damage when they hit me, and also make them give me essence. This heals you when they die, or it increases the damage they receive. So I don't care about Iron Maiden at all. Okay? Decrepify. Curse the area. Enemies afflicted are slowed and deal less damage for 10 seconds. Now this is something I gotta test. I'm hoping it should actually be slowed for 10 seconds, which would then allow us to get this, where they take more damage from being slowed. But it slows them and they deal less damage. Okay. It does cost essence to use though. Only 10 though, so it's not a lot. And it lasts 10 seconds, so you're not going to be spamming this all too long at all. Enemies hit while afflicted will have a 10% chance to stun themselves. Now that's good for 2 reasons. First of all, just being stunned is great. But again, Corpse Explosion does more damage to enemies that are slowed, which this slows them. And it does more damage to enemies that are stunned, and they stack. So if an enemy is slowed and stunned, they take more damage twice. So it's not 10% increase, but 20% increase. Okay. So just a debuff into a debuff. Nice. Now it's a small chance, only 10% chance, but still. This instantly kills low health enemies, I don't care about that. Another 15% chance to reduce your cooldowns. I don't use cooldowns in this build. So the only thing that would be using a cooldown is Blood Mist. And this is why, again, the curses didn't seem that important to me. So sure, I can take Decrepify to slow enemies and stun them, thus making me do more damage to them with Corpse Explosion. I can make it so that they have a 15% chance to reduce the cooldown of Blood Mist if I was using Blood Mist. So long term, I can see that combo. This one skill combo with both Corpse Explosion's passive upgrade and Blood Mist. It's not that important. But right now I'm going to take it, and we can just start using it for fun. Once we get the upgrade... You know what? Maybe I do take 10% more damage. Because 10% more is better than that. So yeah, let me do that then. I'll take the passive, and then take this, because technically that's more damage than just taking the Corpse Explosion upgrade. Barely more damage, but it's more damage. So we'll just start using the curse, see how it feels. I do usually like the idea of using curses. See how big the radius is. Again, it slows them. It makes them deal less damage, which would be great against a boss, obviously. It lasts 10 seconds, which is a long-ass time. And it'll also make them take more damage from Corpse Explosion. Okay. Is it done? Alright. There. So our new thing is curses. Alright. So, I will say, just noticing it, I think objectively, meaning, you know, factually true, this is a lot stronger. Even though the rogue was super strong, this is even stronger than that. But subjectively, aka personally, I do enjoy the rogue a little more than this. Nothing wrong with this, I'm having fun with it. But I still feel like for me, the rogue would be my main, but we keep playing, keep having fun with it. Unfortunately, we'll never get to see their ultimates, so that's something else to keep in mind, but still.
I see. So my mother was a knight penitent.
Ah, you're the child
Would
of the
she have
mother,
made
okay.
the same choice if she saw what the world has become? Thank you for bringing this to me.
Okay. Failed crystal.
What will it
Blacksmith.
be? You can take what's left.
Oh.
Good. What else you want? Father keep you.
Alright, and now... go to the main quest. Again, for my own sake, we're just curses, that's it. It's nothing really new. We'll try and use Corpse as the main, which I'm doing pretty easily without thinking about it. Oh, that's right, I want to curse the area.
I need more
It has a big radius as well, and there's no cooldown on that at all. Alright. I am curious, like, I'm just not going to use the basic attack, like, ever. Obviously, the Generate for Bone Spear and Decrepify. So, like, that's the one thing that could be swapped out. Like, if there's, like, what's the best? Again, Hemorrhage makes the most sense. It's just you have to run around and pick up the orbs to get the Fortify. And you don't really need it. I mean, that last boss fight was the only time where we actually took damage. And that may have been either the specific boss or these guys, or just it just happened that way. Yeah, I mean, it's really, for me, there's nothing wrong with Decompose, but I don't really care about it. Hemorrhage, theoretically, would be the best, but feel-wise, I like Bone Splinters the most. And we're just not going to use them, because we don't need the damage. The damage comes from Bone Spear. We'll only use this if we're out of Essence. So I feel bad about, like, not optimizing shit, but, like, who cares? Yes, Hemorrhage is more optimal, but that relies on me picking up the Blood Orb, and it dropping. And I just wasn't seeing it dropping too often, and when it was, I don't really want to run up to it, because that puts me in melee range, and then I run back out. Yeah. I feel bad for some weird, stupid reason, but why should I feel bad? It doesn't matter that we're not using basic attacks. Who cares? Kicking ass without it. We're doing that. Did we do it? Do we go in the area that made us disconnect yesterday? Yes, we do. Yeah, we've already tested all the skills that we need to test. It's just a matter of now testing them in combination with each other. Plus, we have 2 hours today, so even if it disconnects and we have to get in a queue and we have to wait, not gonna matter. But crashed just yesterday. I am forgetting to use the curse. I use it like halfway through the fight. I'm like, oh, whoops. These just don't seem worth it either. I haven't been paying attention if they're giving me a lot of experience, but like there's no chests at the end. It's rarely, it's hardly even a tough enemy. Like yes, it's tougher than a normal enemy, but it's not like a unique or anything. Like I would even call it an elite. It's barely stronger than a normal enemy. I don't think those are worth it. But I think they do contribute to that whole thing with like completing, I don't know where the menu is, collections or something like that, whatever it is. These things up here. This. I think it contributes to this, but like who cares? That was important yesterday. Yes, I thought it was, because we were trying to get to 20. Today, we already have all the level we need. We still have so much more time to go. Oh. Hi, friendly guy. I didn't debuff you. That'd be crazy. I knew your skeletons were friendlies. Totally. Rubber band. I didn't think about it, it's obvious now though, but slowing works so well, because right here, I slowed them, and then they were all grouped up here, as opposed to all splitting up and running in all different angles. So it really contributes to the corpse explosion in that way too. Obviously. Three-faced statue. Behold the truths that lie within. Huh. Oh. Oh, I thought you can go up there. Has to be a quest for that. I want this here, I'm trying to think. My hotkeys. Nah, I think that's good. Oh, I can cross that. Like, what's looking to cross that? You can. Maybe I should try. Instead of just giving up and saying, hey, we can't do that. Alright, into town for the next set of stuff. You regen's essence super slow. One thing, I don't know how I built it with the rogue, but the rogue's essence went up so much quicker.
My husband, Theodore.
Oh, this is the husband one? Yeah. Let's do the side stuff first, then come back here.
I provide a steady.
Alright, loot. Okay, making our way from here all the way down. We'll get all that loot in the way. Let's go up here to this first. What was the emotes here? Thanks.
Thanks.
There we go. Let's make our way back down to get to the husband. Market. Ooh, our first ring. Slay 1,000 vampires. Those things are considered vampires? Oh, we got a skill point. So now we can. What do I want to do? I can just get that 10% chance to stun enemies. Sure, why not? I mean, we're just fucking around with it. Who cares? Oh, you know what? I never looked at Bone Prison just to show it off. Test it out, maybe too. So, Bone Prison. It doesn't use essence. Okay. Unearth a prison of bone with 54 life that surrounds the target. So hold them in place. If an enemy is trapped by bone prison, gains 15 essence, and then 5 per enemy trap. So you can use this as a way to hold enemies and get essence. Interesting. The enemies inside are vulnerable. Or you can give yourself fortification. Interesting. I don't think it's necessary in this, and I'm not sure if bosses, I'm assuming bosses can be hit with bone prison. I don't think I need it though, not for my build. Making them vulnerable would be nice to again get them taking more damage from corpse explosion. I would need 3 points for that though. Get 1 from there. And take 1 from this. We'll do that next. That's the next thing we do. Right now we still fuck around with slowing enemies and now stunning them as well. I don't think I'd need that. We don't really need another crowd control option, but hey. 12 points, we're testing it, seeing how it feels. Hey, a turtle. We'll do the husband quest first before we check out anything else. Oh, one thing I want to test out is if I put this here and they walk into it. No, they're not slow. Okay, so it's only when they're initially in it, like when you first cast it. So it doesn't stay under the ground for a while. That makes sense. Just curious. And that. Definitely do this actual real dungeon here since we didn't do this yesterday. Yeah, we gotta do the husband quest first. I'm sure she'll follow me along, but just in case something happens, I'd rather finish her quest first. Oh. Is this the Necromancer one? No, it's the Sorcerer one. I don't know which one was the Necromancer one. Rude. I don't think we saw it. Yeah, it was the Necromancer and the Rogue with 2 we didn't find yet. We found every other one except those 2, which of course is the 2 classes I've done so far. Alright, so he's over here.
May you know bliss?
Theodore? What has happened? Oh, heavens. No. No!
Such sights.
Such pleasure.
It's no surprise Fedor was drawn to me. But I have given only what was desired.
So she'll die quick, but this is one of those cases where, you know, technically if she was tougher, we would want them to generate the corpses for us.
But his flesh is unyielding. You will not interfere.
I'm out of essence.
Wow, they did not generate corpses to the very end. Technically, if I had the other basic attack, it would have been a little quicker to generate the corpse, but again, I don't think really it matters, especially because if I was playing for real, I'd probably take the passive 24% chance of any attack generating a corpse.
If it's a reward you want.
More.
Boom.
You deserve much worse than the mercy I have just shown you.
Oh, wait. Lucky hit chance versus crit chance, willpower, strength. He does have passives for lucky hit. I can't remember what they are. I gotta check that out in a sec. Where were they? Oh, it was this one. So lucky hit increases the stun. I don't really care about that, because again, you may or may not even use that. Lucky hit doesn't really matter. So armor versus strength, willpower, crit chance. Okay, to crit chance. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this dungeon. Dead Man's Dredge. And put that in the chest for when we do the sorcerer. Off to the side. So the beta ends tomorrow around this time. So do I want 3 hours with the sorcerer? Or do we start the sorcerer today? And get it all tomorrow? Because that potentially could be an option. Because again, we're almost done testing out all the skills for the Necromancer. I have an idea for my sorcerer build. I just haven't looked at the skill tree. Like to actually... They have the online skill tree where I very briefly make it. So I don't know how many of the other skills I want to experiment with. I feel like there would be a lot. But 3 hours, I mean, as we're seeing right now, it's been 3 hours now, and I've tested out like every Necromancer skill there is. So 3 hours should be plenty of time to actually check it out. I don't know. Got this real dungeon for a second. Like, wow, this is long. I thought we didn't go down here. I didn't go down this one spot there. But I have to go back and look at that one spot. Obviously. You never know, the chest there. Might be getting something crazy good. You know what, in the very least, I want to unlock the Necromancer class thingy. I mean, they have it unlocked by default. Oh, there we go, level 15. I was going to say, because I know there's other things to get. So we'll get to 15 in the very least, and then I'll decide, do we start Sorcerer today, and then have all of tomorrow for it, 3 hours tomorrow? Or do we just say fuck it and just have 3 hours tomorrow?
These caves to be in service for my master. He has promised me both life and blood, resilience as the world crumbles. I crave such stability, such strength. I was born weak into a world that has no tolerance for it. I continue to be weak to feed my master.
Oh, maybe fully.
Soon will be reborn and his ally and his
Get
kin.
fucked.
This day will come. This day will come.
Alright. Man, I don't have to do shit for this. Or never.
I'm out of essence.
bosses. Slow him so he takes more damage there.
I lack the required essence.
Looping around back to the top, yes. Get the potion. I got deposit in the urn. Really nice against the bosses there. Oh my god. The divine corpse explosions. Jesus. That's insane. Yeah, when you get that shrine that says like it adds divine, it doesn't just add divine, it modifies the skills, generally making them like into an AoE. But god, the corpse explosion got bigger and then it shot out stuff all the way across the map, and yeah. Go this way, I guess. Invulnerable? Doesn't matter. I'm basically invulnerable anyway. I never get hit.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
I need more essence.
I'm definitely seeing that, man, it just takes so long to get that essence up. I use essence in one fight, then that's like 3 fights in the game. Definitely not getting a lot of essence from this. We're getting that passive that gives us more essence with the corpse explosions. All these corpse explosions will be giving me essence. You know what? Now that we've done the slow, I like it. But we're seeing essence issues. Let's fix that. Don't have that many points, but it's alright. So consuming corpses will now give me 6 essence per corpse, which alone is just gonna be nice. We don't need this, so it's actually going to be 9 essence per corpse. And now with all those corpse explosions, each one giving me 9 essence, we should be set with essence now. Let's see how noticeable it's going to be. Yep, I'm looking at it right now. I was intentionally just spamming this and then looking. Yep. 2-headed sword, okay. And it's not just corpse explosion that gives you the essence, it's even when you summon your skeleton, so either way. And move. Yeah, okay, so that's really awesome. Alright, here. Okay, game has been disconnected. In the middle of the dungeon. Damn it. So it actually shows that last time we didn't get disconnected, we had an actual crash. That's hopefully better that's just disconnected. Interestingly enough, again, 24 hours from right now is when the server, the beta ends. Alright, we'll have to redo... There's an error, okay. Wonder if, any kind of maintenance or anything. Let me just look that up for a second. Oh, give it a little bit. God. Come on. Even my browser's going super slow right now, because... Come on. Nothing, like, immediately saying... Let's see, yeah, they didn't tweet anything. So I don't think they're, like, fixing servers. I think it's just a generic DC. Alright. Try again. Let me look up the error code. Oh, exit the gaming requeue, it says, fortunately. Alright. Now I mentioned how all of today it was instantly in. Probably not the case right now, but hey, we got some time in. We still have time for today. It's just unfortunate that we're probably have to sit here and wait a bit. Right, yeah, we got the main, well, really like everything tested. Again, if we can hop back in, I'm actually going to test out, and we can see it already functioning, but that passive giving me the essence, which again is just for bone spear, but still. So, in terms of, again, my original build, we've done both of them. And again, they both do revolve around Corpse Explosion, it's just one is maining Corpse Explosion, which is what I've been doing for the last, whatever, it's been like an hour. The other one is the exact same skills, except I'm maining Bone Spear, and then using Corpse Explosion. I definitely like the maining Corpse Explosion better. It's also more efficient, because again, Corpse Explosion uses no essence. So that would be the way, thus far, that I've seen, that I would want to play. But again, I kind of feel like I like the Rogue a little bit better. I still feel like Rogue is 1A, Necro is 1B. Okay, the game is just completely frozen. I can't even close it. Let me close this. And then we'll check out the Sorcerer, which right now is 2. Just by looking at it. Where Rogue and Necro were neck and neck. Felt the Sorcerer was a little bit behind. Just again, this is all personally like what I feel like I'd enjoy. It's not saying one's better than the other. It's just all personal. But we'll find that out soon enough, hopefully. Alright, had to force close the game. Let's see the queue. Again, wow. That's insane. All day today, on Saturday. So they either did something to the servers, which they probably did. They somehow, you know, did their magic to make the servers, you know, not as full, or got more servers, whatever they did. Or, I don't know. Because, I mean, I would think on a Saturday, more people would be in queue. You know what? I think we will start the Sorcerer today. Because it seems like at level 15 you unlock your class specialization, whatever it's called. And it's been 3 hours now and we're not 15 yet. So that means tomorrow we probably wouldn't hit 15 for the Sorcerer. It'd be close. So we'll hit 15 with the Necro today. Probably get, like, I don't know, probably only like an hour or so of Sorcerer in today. But then tomorrow we'll have the full 3 hours so we can hit 15 there and see what the specialization is. I think we'll do that. You know, while this is loading... alright, fine. I was gonna walk away and refill my water, that's fine.
Hey there.
Hey, Dennis. Thank you for the 8 months, dude. Welcome. Hope you are doing well. I am playing in the Diablo beta. We just had a disconnect where we were forced to completely back out of the game and re-queue. Hopefully this fixes that issue. But it's been fun. Yesterday I did the rogue, which the way I played it was a ranged rogue. I really enjoyed it. It went super well. It was all about like making the crowd vulnerable, which then made them explode while also ricocheting my arrows. Like there were just so many things proccing. It was awesome. Today we were doing a Necromancer where we're like basically testing all the skills. Alright, so we are here. Where was... This was all over here. Okay, let's do that again, because why not? We were in the middle of respecking. Bring this in first. Probably level up here.
Excellent work, friend.
Good. Alright. Been dabbling in the beta, doing Necro a bit. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Outside of this, I just started playing Fire Emblem Engage. Only got 2 streams in, but that's already really fun. It's been interesting beginnings of the year because, you know, in December, November, I was like, man, the start of 2023 is going to be awesome. All these great games coming out. And unfortunately, a lot of the games just have underwhelmed vastly. But still finding some good ones, whether they're, you know, a couple months old or new ones coming out. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. Alright, so we have the 3 points in the essence that I wanted. So I could go damage from that. I could go just more damage from this, which is probably what I'll do. Yeah, we do have the curse. We can go back to cursing enemies now that we leveled up. I don't need to check out Bone Prison. Could make Bone Spirit even stronger. I mean, if we're slowing, there's not much of a reason to slow right now without this. There's not much of a point in that. So let's go ahead and making Corpse Explosion even better. We'll do that. Alright. And now, go back to that dungeon. Oh wait, the town portal. Is there a portal from where we DC'd at? That would be a good protection for the fact that this game's always online. Oh no, wait. Yeah. No town portal. I don't know where they're saying the town portal's gonna close. There's no town portal here. Alright. Do it again. Always one surviving somehow.
I'm not ready yet.
It's an interesting shrine. Alright, time to do it again. This time for real, hopefully. Alright. This might be the last thing we do. Well, no, even if we level to 15, I'd at least, test out whatever it is that we unlock. But yeah, I'm going to be switching to Sorcerer next, just to make sure tomorrow we hit 15 before it closes. There's always one guy that seems to run through the explosion before I can get him. Yep. That definitely fixed the issues there with the essence. Treasure goblin. Oh yeah, and he's cornered. Sucker. We had like 2 or 3 of them yesterday. Okay, this guy is strong. Not taking any damage. Oh, I need to see his health bar, that's wrong.
I'm low on essence.
Alright, so this is going to be interesting with them. So this is a good test against like a worst case scenario here. And they are not pulling any aggro. And I also need to summon them.
I need more time.
Oh man, okay. I'm getting my ass kicked by this guy. Guy is slowing. Wow. I just could not do anything against him. I'm just running around and testing skills right now. Right now I'm doing like a corpse exploder main. Using Bone Spear to like get like a single kill, and then Corpse Exploder to blow up the whole rest of the field. That right there would be the biggest problem, is a very tough single guy who is not with any kind of fodder, so I can't get any kind of explosions going. That certainly becomes an issue. I don't think I need these two, to be honest. I just want to straight up increase Bone Spear, I think. Hit all that damage in Bone Spear for that specific situation. I mean, Curse would be nice here then. Just to slow him down so I can run away. And he does less damage. Yeah, we're gonna do that too. We'll get this 6 essence from that. See how that goes. Problem is, now I don't have any kind of these skeletons. Let me switch out the... I mean, yeah, while we're testing this, let's switch out the Reapers. Because I swear they're not pulling aggro, whereas these guys did. Let's see, we have Defenders, too. But I'm just curious if it actually was a difference there.
I'm low on essence.
It's all 4. Okay. I'll leave these corpse things there for if we need them. Now he's fighting them, which is good. Now maybe because he's stuck behind them, but like, sure looks like they pull aggro better. Oh, that's right, I had 5 of these. Alright, let me go back to the big guy and see potentially they can pull the aggro. I want to debuff him so he takes more damage from the explosions, but we're not going to get many explosions. More so he's doing less damage. Let's see. Where is he? I'll leave all these corpses for if I need to summon or something.
Is too great.
Alright. We're full. Let's take a look at our loot, which starts here. There. 1 rank of Sever. Sever uses essence as well, though, so we don't need that. We'll take the other stuff. One rank of Blood Surge and Bone Spear. Ooh, Bone Spear going higher. Nice. Blood Surge, that also uses essence, but it would heal me or something. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. Barely less armor, but I get damage reduction from distanced enemies. Shadow resist. I'll get to 3% more damage for 2 armor. Oh, there's loot here that wasn't marked as new. I had to go back. We got a legendary 2-hander I gotta check out. Obviously, if we had a shield here, I could go to a sword and board, but we don't have a shield. There's a 2-hander there and a 2-hander here. Alright. Obviously better damage, but otherwise... I lose the plus all stats. And the life on kill, but I get crit damage, basic attack damage I don't care about. Crowd-controlled enemies would be slowed. So that's probably an increase. But let's really compare it to this, which is still a little bit more, but not much. Up to 6% chance to execute injured non-elites. Okay, crit damage, basic attack, crowd control. So I'll take this over that, because it's pretty much the same thing, just better. 33 increased crit chance against injured enemies. And while you're healthy, you gain increased crowd control duration. Okay. Take that. Alright. Huge armor increase, sure. Now we can start tossing some stuff. Alright. Oh, one of these things. Okay. Easy. Not gonna use too many of these corpses. I wanna have them all here. I can pull the guy back to here. All these corpses lying about in the same spot.
I lack the required essence. My burden is too great.
Alright, so all of them. Let's see here. Nah. Okay.
My bags are full.
The hide boots of trash as well. Yes. Okay, where? Okay, he's up here. Heal. Potion. Pull him to here. We have all these things. We're going to slow him when he's here to make him take more damage. Blow up all of this shit. Actually, I should spam Bone Spear. And then this will give me my essence back. Okay. Oh, wait, where's he at? Oh, was that like a rare spawn? He's not here anymore. I don't know. Interesting. That guy's not here anymore. Oh well. Keep trashing stuff. A man's dredge.
To these
a dagger.
caves to be in service for my master. He has promised me both life and blood, resilience as the world crumbles. I crave such strength. I was born into a world that has no tolerance for it. I continue to be weak to feed my master. I know soon will be reborn in me. And his ally and his kin. This day will come. This day will come.
I'm all healed. Good. Still trying to pay attention to see if these guys pull aggro better. I don't think they do. I think it's just the enemies in the beginning of the game were so easily aggroed, whereas these guys are actually coming after me now. That's what I'm trying to pay attention to here. It's hard when there's a million things going on. I'm about to hit 15 though, which means we unlock the mage skeletons. Go this way for now. They just keep coming. I'm waiting for them to stop so I can switch to the other skeletons. Alright, we good? Okay. So let's check out Skeletal Mages. Shadow. Shadow Mages build power from beyond, dealing moderate shadow damage. Duh. Shadow Mage attacks have 10% chance to stun. Will not happen on the same enemy board once every 5 seconds. Or, they fire an additional Shadow Bolt every 6th attack. I'll go for that stun. Okay. I don't know how to back out to the other... How do I go back to the main thing? Oh, there. And how do I... I know there's a way to fucking put it on the bar. Don't know how to... I don't know why it's not right click. There's some fucking way to put this on the bar and I cannot figure it out. I know I've had it pop up before where it shows me my abilities. I don't know why you can't just drag from here or anything like that. God damn it. How did I do this? Not any of this stuff. Could be bugged? I don't know. It's been like this the entire time. I know I've seen the menu where you can it shows a thing of all your skills you have unlocked. I don't know how I got that. But I can't summon the mages if they're not on my bar. And none of those things are dragging it onto there. Here it is, skill assignment. There it is. Oh, but it's only showing me skeletons. It's not actually showing me mages right now. For some reason. Oh, it's all the same ability? Oh, I thought there'd be 2 different buttons. It is, okay. I thought one would be for the warriors, one would be for mages, one would be for golems. They're all the same button. Okay. Awesome. Alright, so I got slow, which means I could go ahead and get corpse explosion, doing them more damage. Now let me get my essence back. Alright, let's loop around this way.
Bless you.
Yeah, put that on. Okay. I have to breathe his skeletal remains, apparently. Okay. I'll lay him to rest, let's say.
You're a saint.
Look at our loot before. Okay. Oh, it's this thing. I'm actually kind of weaker in this. Oh, I didn't know I can attack while I was doing that. Okay. I gotta go back to my loot. Everything? Alright, start from the beginning, which I think there was nothing dropped. But just verifying. Alright. Oh man, so much stuff. Anything that's like in the hundreds I have to drop now. Doesn't matter if we're just about done. After this dungeon, we're going to go ahead and start our sorcerer. We don't have long for today, but at least start them and hopefully get to 15 for tomorrow. Or on tomorrow's stream. At least not really seeing the mages in action because there's so many things attacking now. But they're there. They're doing stuff, probably. Very slow.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Can't remember what it is, but one of the skills, I don't think it's one of the ones we have, does increase in damage based on the number of summons you have. So by getting 3 more mages, that would be giving you 6% more damage with that skill. But again, I don't think we're using that skill. Connect back. Yes. Okay. Good. Dead end. Less damage, but not by much. Core skill damage, basic skill damage. I'm not using my basic skill. That's a core skill. Corpse is not a core skill, though. I don't think I need that. So what would be the sacrificing the mage's option? Maximum essence is increased by 15. Doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah. That's okay, because we were using essence, but at the same time now I'm just popping corpses for it. But again, when we get in a boss fight where there's no corpses, that's what would be important. But I think it's worth having them. I'm sure they make up for that. Oh, is that it? It's just doing all this? Bam. We got that aspect. Ice shards pierce 3 times. Okay. Well then. I think we shall just go back here and end it for Necromancer, only because, like I said, it seems you have to get to level 15 to unlock your class, whatever, specialization. And in 3 hours tomorrow, which is how long we'd have before the beta ends, I wouldn't be able to get it. So getting an hour in today should give us enough time tomorrow to hit 15 for the Sorcerer, so we'll check that out. But yeah, Necromancer is certainly fun. Feels a lot stronger in every way, both in the actual damage dealing department, survivability, all that stuff. Necromancer seems to be just the god. I still personally prefer the Rogue ever so slightly more, so it still hasn't changed my rankings that I was thinking before we hopped in here. Rogue for me is 1A, specifically the ranged Rogue, and then Necromancer is 1B. They're both 1, but I like that Rogue the tiniest bit more. But yes, the Necromancer seems like a fucking invincible god, and we're not even taking a lot of skills that synergize yet. We were messing with skills here and there, taking some things here and there. You can see so much synergy with the Necromancer. I did find out that if I play the Necromancer, though, I actually do prefer doing the Corpse Explosion main. I was thinking I prefer using Corpse Explosion as a nuke, but focusing on the Bone Shard. I like Corpse Explosion as the main. It's more efficient, does more damage, but I actually enjoy playing it as well. So I would definitely look for some synergy with that and everything. But there you go, that is the Necromancer. Certainly fun for sure.